This episode of The Secrets Women Keep is brought to you by my luxuriously bespoke, discreet, and personal one-to-one container, The Turned On Woman. The Turned On Woman is the way for you as a leader and woman in authority to unleash your true woman on top that's satisfied, successful, and totally turned on in her power. Experience, embody, elevate. Welcome to the Secrets Women Keep podcast. I am your secret keeper and confidant, Lauren White. I'm a qualified counsellor and sexologist, facilitator of all things turn on, author of Permission, and a witty, highly intuitive lounge room dancing introvert. I help you as an exceptional woman in entrepreneurship to see, love, and trust all the parts of yourself, especially the unseen. Let's pull back the curtain, light the candelabra, and lift the veil. These are the secrets women keep. Hello, and welcome to the Secrets Women Keep. I am your host and confidant, Lauren White, and today I am dramatically pulling back the curtain. I'm doing it like ripping those velvet curtains back on what it's like to go on a private one-to-one retreat with me. Make no mistake, this is not for the faint of heart. This is a big deal and a serious commitment that you make to yourself to draw a line in the sand and say, shit is going to change. I am going away with someone who sees women so that I can see myself. God, I got to that real quick, didn't I? It's like no pussyfooting around the truth. This is a serious commitment and a serious investment. And the women that have stepped forward into this are epic. Thing is, even though they're epic and they are out there doing epic things, there's a part of them that can't quite reconcile how turn on can translate to their real world personal life and their real world business and brand. It's like they've got most of the pieces there and some of those pieces aren't quite gelling together in the way that they could so that they feel more satisfied and more personally successful. So the women that want to do this with me are seeking the accountability that can't be generated from trying to do something like this style of work, and slotting it in between the events of everyday life and business and what's happening in the boardroom. Like, they know deep down that they need to remove themselves from all of that for a short, intense period of time so that they can get the clarity that they need to renew their energy for themselves first and foremost. And that when they do that, the ripple effect to their work will be profound. To be clear, I work with women on retreat who have ongoing impact to hundreds, thousands, and even millions of other people, most usually people that identify as women. They come to me because they know that when they source all of this for themselves, they can then be more congruent with their messaging. When they talk about freedom, when they talk about the themes of sovereignty, when they talk about magnetism and attraction, for the fact that they've come to work with me, when they speak, their message will be received on a whole different level than before working with me and before choosing to do this for themselves. There was a shakiness to what they're saying. People will not fully receive your messaging if you are not completely congruent with it, if you are not completely embodying the thing that you are speaking about. Some people will be sold. There's a whole cohort of other people, though, that are sitting there going, for some reason, I'm not buying it. Or for some reason, I'm not in full trust of this person. What's going on in their mind is that, sure, it can be about their own sense of mistrust for themselves. That is a major factor. Another factor is when people hear the words, but they don't feel like the body language and the actions and the energy completely line up with those words. That's what we're here for. To have your personal power feel fully aligned through all of the centers of your body. So that when you choose to speak, when you choose to show up, when you choose to give your energy in a one-on-one situation or to thousands of people on a Zoom call, everything is so congruent. You are unshakable and unapologetic in your messaging. The whole point of this is so that the people that are yearning to learn from you and learning to take on what it is that you've learned about yourself and your work can receive really potent messaging and support. To be clear, I know that your business will go on, your brand will go on, what happens in the boardroom will go on, and you will survive if you don't do this. I'm not going to threaten any sense of everything will collapse if you don't do this, because that is not true. My big question to leaders is, you've got it good right now. How could it be even better? How could it be juicier? How could it be more satisfying? How could you feel? Is it possible for you to feel an even deeper level of personal success in how you show up and what you're here to do with your mission and your vision? Are you curious enough to find out? Because I can't tell you exactly what happens on a retreat with me. Not because I won't, but because I can't. I have no idea what will be revealed when we go into a sanctuary and spend intense time together with full attention on you to course correct all the things and all the old patterns and all the old default modes that are subtly threatening your ability to be completely on fire in what it is that you do. So on that note, death is always a part of the work with me. There will always be a death of sorts. If you are holding on to the parts of you that need to die and you aren't prepared to kill them off, this is not for you. If you are prepared, willing, wanting to kill off the parts of you, and I'm not using that term lightly, if you are prepared, then this is for you. You are not going to kill off the parts of yourself without a facilitator. It's not going to happen. You will put it off. You will stay in your old patterns. You won't know exactly how to kill it off, but I have an incredibly potent method of allowing parts of you to die so that the parts that are in complete or total turn on can thrive and flourish and steal the scene, steal the show. The decision to step forward and choose total turn on for every facet of your life and your work and everything in between is an act of trust. And when you trust, you don't go back to any form of survival mode. It is so unappealing, it will repel you. When you choose death, you are actually choosing your life. That's what I love about this work and what can be done when we are face to face. You cannot do any of what I've got available in person on retreat over Zoom. It can't be done. Okay, it could be done. It would not have the same degree of power and effectiveness. I know that to be true. Also, after the last couple of years this world has had, the medicine of being in person is missing, and I'm here to revive it. I'm here to revive it because we have missed so much of that connection of meeting face to face and not having a blue screen in front of us. This is respite as well as a way of you going deep and doing the work that is challenging to just slot into your everyday life. So here's how it goes. I'm going to get into some details. We have a call about the retreat. We talk about what it is that you need. We talk about what it is that you need to know about yourself, what it is that needs to die, and what it is that you need to find out. From that, you choose a pillar of turn on that you want to focus on. So you choose your order. Do you want to focus on sovereignty? Do you want to focus on magnetism? Do you want to focus on eros? You choose the pillar of turn on that you want the retreat to revolve around. And that makes it really clear what it is that we're there to do, so that there is a beautiful thread and you walk away going, I am the sovereign woman. I am the magnetic woman. I am the embodiment of eros. You know what medicine you've received and you know exactly what has died so that you can be the embodiment of that medicine. When we are planning the retreat, I ask you to feel into what environment, context, space you want to represent where it is that you're going and who it is that you are becoming. That part is really important. I had one client say, please do not put me in the city. It will stress me out. Whereas another client, the city will be a major turn on. So it's really important that you tap into what your future turned on self would want and what represents her and who she is. That's one of the things I value most about this, is me not prescribing something for you in that sense, but you requesting what it is that feels like you now, and more importantly, your future turned on self. The environment has to be bang on. It has to be. It's a really important ingredient in doing this. It can't be, this is where we're going, this is what you should do, this is where it's going to happen. That is so disempowering. So we choose the environment to match the energy that you're calling in. Oh, it's so sexy, and always with your version of luxury in mind. The one thing that there will always be, no matter what space or environment you choose, is there will always be spaciousness. There needs to be spaciousness. This cannot feel like a cooped up experience for you when you are in a major state of expansion. So be prepared for spaciousness. Be prepared for your version of luxury. Be prepared for everything to be looked after. There is nothing that you need to do for this. I do everything with my team so that you can literally just show up with what you need for the course of our time together. So we spend somewhere between 36 and 48 hours together. And something that you have to know before you do this is you have to have time off after it. At least bare minimum a day. You cannot just go straight back into your life. This is an immersion, and you need to respect that there is integration to be done afterwards. So we speak, I go away and arrange everything. We choose the dates that work for both of us. And that's one of there are so many things I love about this, obviously. But one of the things that I love is it's like, this works for you. It is not like there's a group retreat, it's on now and you're like, I can't go. Like, this works for you. There is no hiding. There is no running away. You choose your dates and we make it happen together. It's like, yep, this is when it's happening. It is locked into your diary. You can plan this around your launches and your busy periods. It will work for you. That is my guarantee. You just need to make sure that there's also that sense of spaciousness and integration at the end. You come away. There is nothing else you need to think about. You are not there to think about your work. You're not there to think about your family. Nothing but you and your energy and you calling in. This is sacred time. And one of my clients said, what you created was a sanctuary. It has to be a sanctuary so you can strip everything away. You cannot be fretting, stressed, and in fear and worry about what is going on in the outside world. That needs to be looked after, the volume turned down to a minimum so that you can come away and be completely in and present for the transformation that awaits you. And when you are there, it is so personalized. I've already tuned into what turns you on, what you desire, what you want to feel, what you want to eat, what feels incredible to you. I've dug into all of that already so that when you're there, there is nothing for you to do but receive. Receive, 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 receive. Because let's be honest, you are a generator. You are out there. You are doing outward things. And there aren't many people that can hold leaders and women of authority and women in power. They just don't have the energy to hold how big you are in terms of what you have created, what you are creating, and what you will go on to create. I have the energy to hold the women that do the holding. That is my job. That is what I'm here to do. And that is an honor and a privilege that I do not take lightly. It is what I'm here to do. And full discretion is guaranteed. No one else knows that it is you doing this except for me. In a world where there are video testimonials of what the work people have done and like audio testimonials and written testimonials and people's names and their businesses and how much money they've made from doing this thing, it's like, whew, this work is the salve to that. You do not need to reveal to anyone if it doesn't feel juicy for you to reveal that you are doing this. I will guarantee discretion, and that is so important to me because your discretion is more, and your preferences are more important than a testimonial. When you come away, you need to be prepared to get out of your head. As an authority on embodiment, or the embodiment queen, as Angela Geller called me one time. As an authority on embodiment, be prepared to come into your body over and over and over during our time together. Your head doesn't need any more answers. Your body will reveal to you what it is that you need to know going forward into this energy. And your body needs to be course corrected to line up with the energy that you're becoming, and that's what I will facilitate for you. So if you are looking to go away and have a 5-point blueprint that you can implement as a strategy as soon as you get home, and this will bring on your feelings of success and blah, 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 that is not going to happen. This is not the right fit for you. You need to be prepared to come into your body in a way that you never have before. And regardless of how much yoga, how much Pilates, how much whatever you've done, you haven't done this before. And I know that for a fact, because this is bespoke. This is completely tailored to exactly what your energy needs. And what my clients value most about me is that I'm a truth teller, but I deliver it in a really beautiful way so that you feel inspired to expand even further. Okay, so 36 to 48 hours, everything taken care of, completely luxurious in your space that feels like the future turned on you. You go through the process, which is uncomfortable at times. Of course it is, because these are new edges that you are meeting. One of my clients said, this was fucking uncomfortable at times, but I was never going to do it on my own. And I got to see what was on the other side of perfection. Perfection was keeping me stuck. And now I know that when I drop that mask, that there is so much more richness to my life and a whole lot less fear. She became the thing. Now, don't think that the retreat is done and you can dust your hands off of all right, I've done that. Tick. This is not a tick the box experience. Also, I'm not dusting my hands off of you. If that even makes sense. There is more. Of course there's more. I'm there to facilitate your integration because there can be bumps in the road. One of my clients said that she went through a shame spiral afterwards because as a person of authority, she should know all this stuff. How dare she step forward and be held by someone who now knows all of her secrets and how she really feels about things and how she really moves through the world and how she really thinks. But there was medicine in that. There's always medicine in a shame spiral if we reach out and get the support we need. She was able to say, no, fuck that. I am someone who has helped and supported and facilitated the healing of so many people, and I am worthy of receiving this as well. So I am there for you after the retreat in the form of aftercare, and we have a final call, or if we live close by, a catch-up session in person so that we can really tap into how you've integrated and what has changed for you and what might be lingering, if anything, since our intensive time together. You will not be left in the lurch once our in-person time is done. There is support there for you. I guarantee that. I will never, ever just have that be like, this isn't a tick the box experience for me either. No way. There is so much energy that is required to host this, and it has to be the full spectrum of feeling held by someone else who does the holding for women in leadership, for pioneers, for those women who are in the public eye. So you will be held afterwards because there can be lots to transition through with that integration process. So no being left in the lurch. I have had the experience of being left in the lurch with integration, and it can be rocky if you don't have someone to support you through that. I am there for you. And at the end of that, if you want to continue the process, if there's more to unravel, then we continue the process in a way that works for you and your lifestyle and your work and your energy. Everything I do is personally curated when it comes to one-to-one. Everything. I make sure it is a beautiful blend of meeting your edges but not pushing you over the edge so that you feel overwhelmed. There is no overwhelm in this work. No way. It is all killer, no filler, exactly what you need when you need it. That is really important to me when it comes to transmuting the messages to you and transmuting the learnings of the work. And that's one of the things that I love about the ability to access me through messenger services is it's just like, this is what's happening right now. What can I do? How can I see this differently? What is available to me in this moment? And then I can respond. I'm a highly responsive person, and I know that when you get what you need when you need it, it's a game changer, an absolute game changer. It makes your life and your work more efficient because you're like, right, this is happening now. What can I do? That's what I love about one-to-one. And I know people love group experiences and all of that. That has its place. I value that too, and I offer that too. What I like about one-to-one is you getting what you need when you need it in complete privacy. Like no one has to know that you had this struggle point. No shame about struggle. But what I know about my dreamboat clients and my ideal clients that come through this work is that their work isn't about sharing all the vulnerable moments. Like they just have to do what they do best, and they can't afford to have spirals that go on even for a day. They need to be in their fullest power, radiating and operating at 100% where possible so that they can keep fulfilling their mission and their vision. Oh, this is a turn on. Fuck, I love this conversation. I love talking about the retreat. And that is as much as I can tell you. The rest, you will just have to come forward and find out for yourself. You will never look back. You will never regret giving yourself the gift of an intensive where you are seen, where you are given complete focused attention so that you can see yourself and your energy in a whole new way. This isn't going to happen from anything that you do on your own. So you need to remove the mask of self-sufficiency and be like, I'll work this out. No, you won't, because you don't have the time, you don't have the capacity, and you don't have the know-how. They are 3 elements that I have and provide for you so that you take this so seriously. You have to find out more about yourself. And when you do, God, everyone who follows you, everyone who accesses your services and your work will benefit. So this is bigger than you. It is all about you, but a beautiful side effect is that people who can't do this kind of work with me will benefit from accessing your work. And that's what we're here to do as women. We are here to create the ripple effect of permission giving, the ripple effect of sovereignty, the ripple effect of magnetism, and the ripple effect of eros. Don't forget it. This is all about you, and when it's all about you, everyone benefits. Oof. Turns me on. It's your time. Let's make this happen. If you are a leader, a public figure, or an authority that feels like she should have worked all of this out already, but hasn't, and you require a safe and discreet container to refine how you show up as the woman who oozes subtle sovereign action, the woman who has an unrelenting magnetic pull, and the woman who has an air of eros that feels completely at ease every single moment of your existence, consider this a call to become the turned on woman. Get ready to step into my magical world and be fortified to facilitate your own personal revolution. A revolution to curate a life that feels as successful on the inside as it appears on the outside. As a qualified counselor and sexologist, I've delved deep into the echelons of womanly allure and mystery so that you don't have to. In having seen myself, I see you, all of you, and some women can't handle that. I know you can handle it. The truth is, you're here because you want someone who goes above and beyond the mesosphere, someone who can hold an expanded vision, someone just like you. The only difference between you and I right now is that I've gone through the painstaking process of removing the metaphorical mask that held me back from being fully expressed, integrated, and completely in flow. I want to show you what's possible, and the secret is it doesn't have to be hard, long, or arduous to become all those things. It also doesn't, and won't, happen sitting on hard yoga floors, denying yourself the luxury of what feels elevated, lush, and opulent for you. Your desires are never denied, and your version of luxury is always seamlessly weaved into every part of the process. Your total turn-on is the centerpiece of everything we do. To be considered as an applicant of the Turned On Woman, apply now through the link in the show notes, or to skip the queue, DM me on Instagram to start the best conversation you've never had.